Peace to the gods and goddesses. Peace meaning positive energy, creating elevation. Welcome to season 2, episode 1 of Talks with Lee. We were transforming into your best self on Spotify if you was following my podcast from last year, but I wanted to do something different. So I know I said that I was going to be dropping at the beginning of April this month, right? And some things came about. I felt internally that it was just certain things. I was just like, dang, okay. I don't know. Not yet. I'm not ready yet. I'm ready now. Thanks. Also, I do plan on having guests eventually. But for right now, it's just me and you. So let's just get into it. I got my little notebook here because I wrote some notes and stuff. I want to make sure I stay on topic and stuff because I tend to over talk sometimes. So today we're going to be talking about being the villain in someone else's story and in your own. We're going to be covering about a few topics within that. So we got the main title and we're going to be covering some subtitles in there. And this also comes from like family, friends, relationships, acquaintances, co-workers, whatever, like whoever it is in your life, right? And I'm gonna also be explaining what dogma is, okay? Because I have felt victim to this as well. Us as a society, we tend to fall victim into this thing called dogma, okay? So let's get in. Let's I'm already getting a little hot. So let's just get straight into the topic, okay? I'm gonna talk about me real quick, okay? Because I have fell victim into being my own villain, and also I am a villain in so many people's lives. All right, if you don't know anything about me, I've been on go since I came out the womb. But I really been on go since I was like 13 years old. So I've met so many people in my life. And a lot of people have met the hurting version of me. A lot of people have met the version of me they were strong then with what they knew, but they weren't me now. Does that make sense? So with that being said, like throughout my life, I've not only caused pain to myself, I've caused pain to others around me. I've caused pain mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. And it's not fun, okay? And I've also fell victim to dogma. So dogma is just basically like the fear of not knowing, and also grabbing hold of truths just so we can feel safe, right? Instead of going within, because when we're looking for answers externally through other authorities, in other fields, because dogma is in every field. So politics, religion, school, education, literally everything. Any type of category you can think of, dogma is there waiting for your ass. Okay, and I felt I have fallen. Why am I struggling with saying that one line? It's like a tongue twister for me. I have fallen victim into that, right? So, meaning like, okay, I'm gonna give y'all a little example. So, before now, I would get all my answers to my questions from external people. Stories that others would make up about me, right? Stories that others would project about me, about whatever it is that I'm trying to ask. Like, am I really this type of person? Am I really evil, like how people are saying I am? Am I really like troublesome? Am I really difficult? Right? Things like that, right? Internal questions that I'm constantly asking. And I will ask God, like, is this really who I am? Right? Because I refused to listen when I was asking those questions. This is what I mean by that. I refused to listen, meaning after I would ask God these questions and I'm like, dang, am I really like this? I would end up hearing something externally from other people, because all my life, let's be real, majority of my life, let me not say all, because I'm thriving, I love it, I am a queen, I'm a goddess, I am glowing in every which way and direction. Now, but back then, most of my life, I've been told that outside of sports, to a certain extent, I've been told that I am very troublesome, I am very difficult, I cannot be taught things because I won't listen, right? Or just anything in the book. I am negative, I am a party pooper, I'm basically not shit, I am a liar. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing all of this throughout my entire childhood, adolescent years, early teens, early adult years, right? So with that being, I can say that now. I'm sorry, I just had a moment because I had a moment because I had reached over that quarter milestone. So it's no longer early adult, but it technically is, but not, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, okay. But basically, all those times, right, I'm hearing this. So when I would ask God these questions, I would start to believe it, because this is all I'm hearing. And it's from external people, external authorities, right? Like I said, whether it's the people who I have in my life at the time, my relationship, not now, back then. I love my relationship now. I'm talking about my relationships back then. Thank you. Follow. Okay. Family. It was really, really big in my family. Not just my immediate family, but also uncles, aunts, cousins. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing that a lot. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, like, I'm getting my answers right off the bat, but I'm not listening, because when we grasp for those answers, right, we're missing the message that God is giving us within us, right? I wrote it down. When we accept information and concepts from external authority as final truth, we may block our access to inner guidance. Doing this causes distraction from a deeper message that lies within our own unconsciousness. Okay? So, meaning, like, as I'm doing this, I'm putting myself even further back to the person who I want to become and the person who I am today, right? So that's why it took me a little minute. I ain't gonna lie, okay? It took me a little minute. I am so excited though, like the newer generations, the generations after the millennial and the Gen X, like they can get it, like they own it now. So like you got these 14, 15, you got these kids really, and then these young adolescents and young adults who know who they are as an individual now, and I love that. And it just brings me back. I'm sorry. I also have ADHD, guys, so stick with me. But it also brings me back to a time like of how like my grandparents, you know, the people who are older than me, their generation, the baby boomers, you know, all of them and stuff like that, like the things that they had to do so so the millennials can have an easier route to get there. But yet, you know what I'm saying? It's like a domino effect, right? And I love that, because what we do now is what's going to help the next generation. Back to dogma, okay? So yes, that's what I was doing. I was getting my answers from everyone else instead of from within myself. So when I started to block out the excess people, the excess information, all of that stuff, I started to go within. Now, through prayer and through my meditations, now me and God is speaking one-on-one, right? Now everything that I thought was true all became a lie. I'm like, I really believe that. But we do that as humans. We do that as people. You know what I'm saying? I just said the same thing twice. But we do that because we want to be accepted so bad. But that also stems from abandonment issues. That also stems from not getting the validation that you want when we are younger. You know what I'm saying? It stems from trauma. All of this is stemming from somewhere down the line before you even get to the near truth. You know what I'm saying? So with me, the things I just named, that is what I was struggling with internally, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, because I thought God left me. God never left me. Girl, I was just stubborn. I was stubborn, and I didn't want to listen. Inside, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to listen to God because God was talking to me this whole time, and I'm just sitting here trying to get the answers from everyone else. Why would I try to get the answers to everyone else when I'm already the villain in their story? Now, why would you get the answers from your own villain instead of becoming your superhero? You know what I'm saying? That just don't make no sense to me. It makes sense, but now it don't make no sense to me. Back then it didn't. And I'm just like, what? And that's what we do because we've been hurt so much. So any type of validation, any type of, just like, you know how they say you have faith as small as a mustard seed? When you've been damaged traumatically in all aspects, that mustard seed of a little bit of something that you want to hear from somebody who's done you wrong, from energies and situations that was not right for you, but that mustard seed right there is just that one little thing you needed to hear. It's like, oh, okay. And now they have that control over you, right? No, flop it, switch it, okay? Block it out. Go within, because that's when God is talking to you the most. And the more we disobey God, the more shit we gonna get ourselves into. And then on top of the things we've already been through, because 9 times out of 10, the things you've gone through, and you're sitting here like, okay, God, I don't know. And you're asking God these questions, and you're doing this, and you're having these questions, and you're like, is this who I am? Is this waddy wop? You know what I'm saying? On top of the trauma that you've already gone through, you adding more fuel to that fire, right? You adding more gasoline to that fire. So now that fire is erupting even more, right? Because you ain't even learned the lesson from the first time. And when we not learning our lessons, God is going to bring situations into your life. Speaking from existence, God is going to bring situations into your life until you are going to listen. You can say, oh, ask God all you want, but if your ears are not open, if your heart is not open, you're going to miss all the messages. And it's an internal feeling. You know what I'm saying? It's an internal feeling. And I'm sitting here and I'm over here like reaching, like trying to reach and reach and reach. But yeah, I got this anchor on my ankles pulling me all the way back down, but I'm still trying to reach to find some breath and trying to find my air, but I can't because I'm not listening. Motherfucker. God said the key right there, unlock the shit. Now swim your ass up. Okay? But I wasn't listening. That's why I was drowning for so long. I was in that dogma state for so long, right? I was not listening. That's just straight up, right? And to add on to that, like, it doesn't make it any better because I know I've done wrong. Now I'm accepting it, right? But back then I know that I've done wrong, and I'm over here trying to be a better person for myself. But how can I try to be a better person for myself when I'm still the villain in not only my story, but I'm also a villain in everybody else's story, the people who are around me. I am a villain in there. Everybody gotta have one type of villain in their damn life because that's what society, had. And I'm gonna explain that. That's what society has, like, made common. Like, oh, I gotta haters this, haters that, wooty wooty woo. Yes, okay, cool, but like, somebody gotta always be the bad guy. Someone has to always be the bad guy. And I was the bad guy. I definitely was. So, this is what I had to do. I had to forgive myself. I had to forgive others. I had to apologize to myself. I had to apologize to God. I had to apologize to the people who I've hurt so many times. You can ask my friends, my true friends who've been with me through it all. Ask them. Ask them. Because you have to do the work. You have to go within. So when I started to go within, that dogma state that I was in, that us as a society have, as naturally, it's become a habit, right? To think, oh, yep, this is the truth, right? Oh, yep, this must be true. And it make it worse. I mean, it make it even harder when it's family members, when it's people you truly care about, when it's someone that you're in a relationship with, when it's your friends. It make it even harder to get out of that state. I had to isolate myself for years. But I had to isolate myself. Well, yeah. I had to isolate myself for years. No pun intended. To literally, like, deconstruct everything that I thought I knew was right. And relearn it God-like. Internally, I had to become confident within myself and who I am as an individual. I had to let go of the burdens. I put burdens on me that didn't even belong to me because I felt as if, well, I'm already the bad guy, might as well. It most likely is my fault. You know what I'm saying? It most likely is my fault. And then it became this. Now you are holding yourself accountable for every bad thing, even if you had no parts in it. Now you're holding yourself accountable for bad things, even if it took 2 or 3 people to do it. Right? Because you rather hold yourself accountable to keep the peace instead of standing on your truth. That was a constant battle I had to go through for years. Because it's like, dang. I'm sitting here, I'm like, damn. Like, I'm alone, but I'm not lonely. That makes sense? Okay, cool. But I'm like, damn. Okay. Maybe it is me. And now you're allowing that traumatic version of yourself to take full control over your mind, body, and spirit. I had to let go and let God. And when I did that, the external answers were just lies. They weren't my truths, right? They were not my truths whatsoever. They were just noise. Noise, right? Ain't nobody want to noise it like that, right? No. Mm-mm. Now today, I stand on who I am. Yes, I am unique. I'm not difficult. I am unique. I am authentic. I am weird, and I love it. I'm not lame, right? I ain't a retard. I'm very intelligent. You hear me, right? I have so much knowledge. We all do. You just gotta unlock it. I would never allow somebody to disrespect and do defamation of my and defamate my character. Not one bit. I would not allow that anymore. I'm at the point now to where like I am at peace with being away, right? I am at peace with not feeling bad if I'm unable to go, because I know if there's this that's another conversation. I'm getting off track. But I am at peace, right? I ain't talking about it. I ain't talking about it just a little bit. Because I'ma do it. God telling me to do it, I'ma do it. So like, say for instance, okay, if y'all know me, if y'all know about my whole entire family, you know, okay? It wasn't the best, right? It's beautiful now. I'm talking about my immediate family. It's beautiful now. Still a work in progress, but it's beautiful now. It's not built on lies. It's building on love now, right? At least on my part, I know, okay? I can't speak for nobody else, but I can speak for myself, right? I'm no longer lying about who I am as an individual, right? You either gonna accept me for who I am, or you're not gonna accept me at all, right? So, but back then, it was built on lies. It was built on mistrust. It was built on insecurities. It was built on anger. It was built on hate. It was built on just negative energy, right? I ain't gonna sit here and act like my ass was this saint, because I wasn't. I wasn't. I was a kid trying to find herself. And listen, like I said, listening to everybody else but God, right? So it caused a lot of disruption. It caused a lot of ruckus. But it happened with all of us. Minus one person. My little brother. He's so harmless. But like, yeah, that's how, you know what I'm saying? And it caused a lot of hurt. It caused a lot of pain. Okay? It didn't make it no better that I was just stubborn too. It caused a lot of that, right? Like I said, I hold myself accountable when I need to, right? But it also wasn't just me. Now that's the difference, right? It's not just me. And now we all know that. My immediate family. I'm talking about brother, sister, mama, daddy-o, and me. Okay? Now, this is where I'm about to y'all up, okay? As I'm healing, as they are healing, we are coming together, right? We are coming together. I'm loving it, right? There are times where I do catch myself and I'm like I'm walking on eggshells trying to not, hurt nobody's feelings. Wooty woo, right? This is mainly whenever it's like big family gatherings and stuff like that. That's typically when I do it. When it's just my immediate family, no, I'm not. I just be myself. But like, I'm treading lightly, right? I'm still a work in progress, but what I can say is when it comes to my immediate family, they accept me for who I am as an individual. So I think. That's what they say. I believe them, you know? And I accept them for who they are. And I am grateful. I tell my mama this all the time. I am so glad that the route it took was the route it took. I am so grateful that it went that way, because without that, the knowledge would not be where it's at. The love would not be where it's at. The heart would not be where it's at. The soul would not be where it's at right now today. And I'm forever grateful for that, and I love that. And we all can hold ourselves accountable. Now, this is where the external other stuff starts to come in as well, too, on top of that. I know, even just from previous events that have occurred over the past couple of years, right? I know that even though I've apologized, even though I've done my part, right? I know that I am still the villain in their story, right? I am aware of it. I feel it. They may be able to fake it which way that they want, but I feel it. I feel it in my soul. I feel it every time I talk to them. I feel it every time I hug them, giving them my love. Wooty wooty woo. I feel it. Now, this is where you have to have boundaries, right? I'm going to speak because it don't bother me no more. It used to bother me so bad to where, like, I would be in a corner. My mom would already know. And she would be like, yeah, you could tell they still have an effect over you. You could tell that it's still messing with you. You haven't fully forgiven because you're just sitting here quiet in a corner. I'm like, Ma, you right. Because this whole time I'm thinking I'm like, Ma, you right. But now, we could be in the same area, the same scenery. This is how I know they haven't forgiven me. And it's not for me, it's for them. They just gonna continue to keep hurting. You know what I'm saying? But I know because it's festering with them every time I'm in the room. It's like, why is she here? First of all, I am part of the family. Secondly, I mean, this is a family event, isn't it? Thirdly, it's because I want to be. Right? Cool. But I get that. That's how I know it's like, I'm still the villain in their story, even though I was a kid. But I don't know. This is why I need other people on my podcast. Because like, it's not like I'm not trying to make up an excuse or nothing. But it's like, when you're a kid, you're gonna fuck up. When you're a kid, you're gonna make mistakes over and over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? But this how I know it's not me. It's just they have some hurt and things that they've gone through that was very traumatic before me that they haven't fixed yet. They haven't worked on yet. They still in that dogma state mentality. And that's okay. Right? I'm out every which way. But I promise, in my mind, it makes sense. But like, yeah, I know it and I can feel it. So now I'm at the point now, like, I don't care as long as you don't disrespect my boundaries that I have set for myself for my peace. You know what I'm saying? Now, once my boundaries get crossed and my peace is interrupted by your foolishness, now we're going to have a problem. Whether you are a family, friend, coworker, acquaintance, or whatever. Now we have a problem. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying all of this just to say, like, free yourself from that dogma mentality, from that dogma state. Because when you do that, the world is so much lighter. I promise it is. It's so much lighter. Yes, you're going to still have some constant battles, because however old you is and however hard that traumatic experience was, that's a lot for you. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of shit you got to uncover. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of shit you got to recover and fix and heal from. That's a lot of shit. It be people older than me. I just be like, dang, we still on this? You don't see who I am. I am a completely different being. First and foremost, I am more mature. I am a human. I am gonna make mistakes. If I was perfect, I would be God, and I'm sure ain't no dang God. I am not God. Yes, God is within me. God is in my heart. Jesus was the only mother who was able to do that. Okay? Not me. So yes, I'm gonna mess up. Just like how you gonna mess up. Accept it. Hold yourself accountable. It's okay. It is okay. Stop being a villain in your story. When you stop being a villain in your story first, everything else is gonna fall into play. Okay? Stop being your own villain. Be your superhero. And let God do the rest. Literally. Let God do the rest. It's time to do a lot of deconstruction. It's time to break down so many dang buildings that you done built up on fear. It is time to break so many walls that you done built on doubt and hurt and pain. And it's time to build your foundation on love, your godly foundation, right? It's time to build that foundation strong and firm. So whenever a fly want to come over and place their ass there right there, you're going to still stand strong. You ain't going to fall so easily. You know what I'm saying? It is a work in progress. If it was easy, this world would be a better place. But it would be a better place. But it's not. It's not easy. It's quite difficult. It make you want to give up sometimes. But you got to push through. Have perseverance. And the sky is limitless for you. There is no limit to what you can accomplish in your life. Whatsoever. Release your mind, body, and soul from that dogma state, right? Release it. Let go and let God, and watch how your life starts to unturn. Yes, you're still going to be villains in other people's story. It shouldn't bother you when you're not the villain in your own story anymore. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't bother you one bit. You're not going to be getting loud. You ain't going to be talking crazy. You ain't going to be getting defeated so quickly. You're going to stand strong on your foundation every single time. And let God do the rest. I believe in you. I really do. You're going to hurt people's feelings. That's okay. It's not for them. It's for you. You have to stick with you. Every waking day, every night, in your dreams, your unconscious mind, your subconscious mind, your conscious mind, your organs, your nervous system, your bones, your muscles. You know what I'm saying? You are with you every single day. So what everybody else got to say about you and your journey, you know what I'm saying? I don't know who I'm talking to. I don't know who it is. I'm also talking to myself too. Because sometimes I get self-doubt. Self-doubt tends to creep in sometimes. And that's how I know I need to heal in certain areas. Whenever self-doubt try to creep in. I mean, get your ass on. Girl, we don't need you no more. Thank you for trying to protect me, but we don't need you no more. I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? That's how you gotta talk to yourself sometimes. You really do. You gotta be like, look here, little girl. Look here. Stop it. We ain't put in all this work for no reason. We ain't put in all this work just to be dull. We didn't put in all this work just to be quiet. We ain't put in all this work just to stay silent. I said the same thing because I double back on it. We ain't put in all this work just to be disrespected. No. Nobody was there but you. through every waking day of your life. Nobody was 100% there but you in all aspects. And God, G-O-D, holding it down. You know what I'm saying? It hurts more when it's people you truly care about, right? It hurts more. But like, you gotta find some. There comes a time when enough is enough. Enough is enough. Like, let it go. You know what I'm saying? Let it go. Not saying you forget, but let it go and have boundaries. Boundaries are really, really, really important. Boundaries are so important. It is a privilege to be in your space. That's what I be saying. Like, it's a privilege to be in my space. It is a privilege to embark on my energy. It is a privilege to be able to know what I'm thinking. It is a privilege to speak to me. I am no longer silencing myself for nobody. I don't care who you are. You either going to help elevate me or you're going to have to go on somewhere else. And if I don't help elevate you, then I'm going to have to go on somewhere else too. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how it is. We're supposed to be helping each other grow. Oh, the disrespect. It is almost about time for me to be done too, though. But yeah, we're supposed to be helping each other grow and elevate all around us. But it starts with us. So stop getting answers from external authority, because all they are just people. That's all they are. Just people. Literally. So stop getting your answers from just people. And get your answers from within, because that's where you're having your communication with God. Through your prayer and through your meditations. That is when you're speaking. At least that's when I am. That's why I can speak on it so hard, because, baby, this how me and God be talking every single time. You know what I'm saying? So, I hope, this was able to touch at least one person. I do love you, and I do wish you the best. If you have any questions, any advice, whatever the case may be, criticism, constructive, put it down there in the comments, okay? Please like and subscribe, all right? Share, turn the post notifications on. I do want to get to at least 300 subscribers, so let's get to it, okay? We're gonna be making a climb. It is the climb. Miley Cyrus, thank you, period. But no, like, don't be your villain. Don't be your villain. I believe in you, though. You got this. Like, comment, subscribe. And yes, this is Talks with Lily. Yes. First video for season 2 for my podcast. Okay. If you have not checked out Transforming into Your Best Self, that is on Spotify still. I will be taking it down a little bit. Just a little bit. But if you want to know a little bit about me and my backstory and things like that, that is all on Spotify. But yeah, I'm really, really excited. I do want to have guests come on. Me and my baby, we do be having a lot of phenomenal conversations. And I may bring her on too, because if she's okay with it. Because she is a genius. I am in love with a genius. Like, a living genius, literally. Like Albert Einstein times 10 type shit. But yeah, I'll bring her on if she's up for it. But yeah, I leave as I come. Peace to the gods and goddesses. Peace meaning positive energy, creating elevation. We're out.